A gay dude, a lesbian, and a trans person all walked into a bar. No, that's not a joke. That actually happened in my city. Let me show you. I wanted to switch it up this week and do like a club leisure district, something with some nightlife, and I definitely wanted to have some LGBTQ plus assets in the mix to make sure the community is represented. But all the ones I found on the workshop are super old. They look like only gangster gays can go there.
Our kind of gay couldn't survive here. You need hardier stock.
Definitely shout out to the old school gangster gays, but we need, you know, it's 2023, man. We need the modern club experience for our gay dudes, our lesbian chicks. They need to pop out, be sipping a daiquiri while some trans chick is on stage wearing a feather boa and some little draws. I don't know what be going on, but I'm sure it's lit. I'm gonna use some procedural objects though, like all over the place. These little curbs right here, they gotta go. The assets will be a mixture of just stuff I found on the workshop and like this right here, this little Fahrenheit club. But then I'm also using stuff from DLCs just straight up off the game, and I'm gonna finesse it with some logos. You know, that's like, this got a logo. It says Burgatory. It feels like it should be down here, but this building right here is nothing. It could be anything: a massage parlor, a titty bar, or they could sell insurance. You'll never know. So we're gonna let the logos and the props tell the stories. Right now I'm turning some of the buildings that I place into procedural objects because I don't want them to function as commercial assets. Again, this is one of my City Skylines gripes. I hate that things like clubs. What club you been in that gets deliveries all day, bro? That's not a thing, man. I'm not saying it doesn't get no deliveries, but it's not realistic. I'm also going to turn this building into a procedural object just because I don't want them. The tiles on the side, those are some of the modern wall-to-wall joints. I don't want the logos on the side of that one. Going up into the hill, I'm just gonna put a couple of office buildings that kind of feel like they fit right there next to that Puma building. We're gonna squeeze that in. Giant apartment building across the street. I feel like this is far enough away where it's not gonna be catching a lot of that noise. And we're gonna put this Marriott back here on the corner. That's as far as I'm gonna go. I am gonna put this modern, up-to-date 7-Eleven right here on the corner, but I'm gonna take all of the parking spaces off and I'm gonna replace the surface because y'all can see it's kind of on a hill, so it's sitting funny. We want this to be flush. Pop out of the club, come up here, get you a Red Bull, keep your night going. You know what I'm talking about? Well, it's either that or you can buy one in the club for like $8, but I be trying to avoid that. As far as buildings goes, like, that pretty much does it for the district. What we really gonna bring the character out is the props, the assets, the neon lights and all that. But I started thinking, man, the vibe's all wrong. We need nighttime. We gotta be Rivergate after dark, man. Welcome, welcome. Pull up a damn chair, man. We about to get it popping, yo. Now, the second part of this did take a little bit of time. I was using procedural objects to snatch the logos off the buildings because I do want the name recognition. I want people that play modded City Skylines to look at my screenshots and say, whoa, why my colors club don't look like that? Ah, bro, yo, see, your gays got stuck in the 70s. We got modern gays. Matter of fact, we can take it a step further and just say in Rivergate, the oppression that happened to gay people and lesbians and trans people that was going on in the rest of America, that never made it here. You better watch where you step down here, because people that's got money are gay. Gangsters is gay, and you be done said the wrong thing and you wake up in the swamp and ain't nobody gonna see you no more. So let's just say that's the lore of our city, and when you don't got people holding you back, you can make progress like that. So we're gonna go ahead and plop our entertainment blocks, because I did want to have, you know, actual people, you know, streams of people coming to the building. I want people hanging around in front. Got some people hanging halfway through a wall right now, but we'll fix that. And we'll just use some signage from the workshop to kind of finish up making the buildings look unique. We'll just say that's Club Fantasy right there, and we'll put some giant boobs on this wall. You can't go wrong with giant boobs. And we'll put the Bud Light Bar and Grill down here at this little vanilla asset. I went and got like a few umbrellas and just things to kind of make the area feel more complete. Make sure we leave people a way to get in though, right? Like, how do they, let's take one of them out. These again are just signs that I found on the workshop. The iridescent club, they probably be lit, and it costs like $60 to buy a water. And I'm actually gonna use I was getting creative, y'all. I told you I was in my creative bag. We're gonna use this Metro PCS sign, and we just gonna call this club Metro. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I ran out of signs. I had to start, I had to put on my thinking cap. But yeah, we're gonna jug this into position, and we're gonna put like a little white backsplash on it just to make it even more different from the Metro PCS logo. Like if I didn't tell you, y'all wouldn't know that was the Metro PCS sign. I'm gonna use some of these neon joints right here on these little buildings. Maybe these are just a little, you know, hole in the wall clubs, but still, I bet you them drinks are high. Sandblast, I'm sure they're having all types of fun in there. And I'm gonna use the hotel sign, and we're gonna make this hotties. Is it a male or a female strip club? I'm gonna let y'all decide in the comments. We're gonna keep it pushing with a little bit more. I call this prep work because it's not really detailed, and it's just me getting stuff kind of sectioned off, doing the non-sexy work, you know, placing curbs, stuff like that. This area right here next to the Fahrenheit, I think I'm just gonna make that into like not a park, like, you know, people come here to play shuffleboard, but a park, you know, just something that looks nice next to a building. I want some green spaces right here. We're gonna use the rest of these curbs to line this up right here around these residential buildings. I bet you rent down here is high. I bet you it's all Airbnbs. There's probably nobody actually living there. And I'm also gonna use one of these little storefront assets to make the Foot Locker into a, let's say like a little dive bar, a little diner or something. I'll play something over there. And oh, I had the greatest idea in the world because I was really struggling with a district name. I'm gonna call this district Harvey. That's fire. Not only does it sound like it could be a real district, but it salutes one of my historical heroes, Harvey Milk. Do your Googles. He got shot down by a goofy doing his job. He was definitely like not only was he gay, but he was a gay activist and like really out there living that life, you know what I'm saying? Doing not just saying the good stuff, but doing the good stuff. So shout out Harvey Milk, man. Like I said, do your Googles. YouTube can definitely tell y'all better than me, but he was a real one. Right now, I'm setting policies, man. I'm setting stuff like smoke detectors and, you know, harsh prison sentences. Like, I don't want nobody down here on no foolishness. Not in Rivergate, bro. Not down here.
Don't come up in there with none of that bullshit. Period.
You will definitely go to jail, then prison, and then to the halfway house. That is what happened to you. Taking a second just to make sure there's nothing else that applies, and I think we good. Definitely, I'm feeling that vibe, yo. Harvey, that's a fire district name for where the LGBT clubs is like centralized. And don't get it confused. Anybody can come down here and party, bro. Just know you might see a trans chick on stage, and you just gonna have to deal with that. Like, don't be, oh, I didn't know. You're in Harvey, bro. How you ain't know? Stop playing, bro. You down here on the low, ain't you? You don't want nobody. I see what's going on, cuz. Live your life, bro. Get you a little dog and a boyfriend. You ain't gotta hide. I mean, not in Rivergate. Now, I can't speak for everywhere else in America, but, you know, down here, as long as you mind your business, you handle your candle, you know, you can live your best life. Right now, I'm just laying down the dark surfaces over this whole area. I wanted to have a really distinct, you know, dark view from the aerial, you know, and it just kind of looked different from all the other areas. You can tell they be at all the city council meetings. You gonna fix this, you gonna pave that. They not playing. I'm laying out some planters as well. I'm not gonna put the trees down. I went back and forth about the trees for a while, but I'm gonna make that decision a little bit down the line. Right now, I'm just gonna OD on details on this main little strip right here. Like, this is our main drag. This is our Ocean Drive. So I wanted to give the street the star treatment. You can see I did the double decals, so like the street looked like it has a trim on the sidewalks. I actually saw this in real life the other day, and I was like, yeah, I never noticed that this is a different texture all together. Like, it was a cobblestone kind of pattern on the sidewalk, so I kind of wanted to mimic that. On the back side of colors, I wanted to make like a little sitting area, and I did go in the workshop to try to see if they had anything like, you know, hookahs or anything like that. They don't even have booth chairs, like the booths on the workshop, so I even had to kind of make those. But that was just another part of the challenge, man, using my imagination and using the stuff that I could find to make stuff that, you know, at least is close enough. I'm laying down a few of the pink decals. These were so clutch. Like, they aren't exactly the pink of the logo, but it's really close, right? And in the back right here, you can see, like I said, I'm using some of these modern chairs, modern like lawn chair things, but I'm just kind of formulating them into some booths, kind of. I really wish they did have little cups or glasses. You can see I put the bar back there, but they don't really have like champagne glasses and stuff. If they do, somebody send me a link, please. Out front, I did want to use these security guards I found on the workshop. Yo, got a little barricade right here. A couple people waiting to get in line. And the space up top, there was absolutely no way I was going to be able to leave that you know, just let's put the bushes up there and that's all. We got to make an outside open air dance floor. You know, we're going to put the door props on there. I'm using a lot of stuff that's came in the concerts and performances, or it was some kind of DLC like that to where you could set up amphitheaters and things like that. And a lot of the props I felt like, you know, definitely could double for club props. We got the blinking lights. I went and downloaded some of those. I know I'm going to mess this name up. Sven Berlin. Is that how you say his name? Sven Berlin. He made some dancing joints. I think he made them for $2.20. His 70s series, 80s series. So that's why their clothes aren't exactly modern, but that don't really matter, man. They getting their groove on. Let's get into a detailing time lapse. I added a few more things off camera that I felt like were just a little repetitive, but the last thing I did want to add was a little stage area behind our Metro Club, behind the Fahrenheit. I just felt like, man, that view looking up at the city and seeing your favorite band or your favorite singer or whoever on stage, that's epic. That's God tier right there. But we did have a flaw in our design, because back here, you know, ain't nobody that honest, bro. If you can sneak in something, you gonna sneak in. People gonna sneak in. So I felt like, let me take a moment and build an actual little barrier back here to where nobody can just use the key and like shimmy across like Indiana Jones or nothing. I even put like another little wall on it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put private property right there. And this is the other wall. Like, look, because I was thinking they'll Indiana Jones it if they can. They'll Indiana Jones it, but they ain't gonna Indiana Jones that whole area right there. It ain't nothing for you to grab on. You just gonna slide off and be in the water, bro. So you might as well just pay your money, go on Ticketmaster or Live Nation, whoever it is, get your ticket, bro. Don't be trying to be adventurous out here. You will end up in the drink. I am going to put a little dock right here, and I feel like maybe if you balling enough, you know, you could pull your yacht up. Maybe the stars pull their yacht up. Maybe that's the actual performer that night. So I really, in perfect world, if I could put the actual asset right there so people, it's like a crowd would come and all that, that would have been perfect. But it's just way too big. Pause. So we definitely had to use procedural objects. We ripped that stage off. And that's pretty much the only thing that we could use. I wanted to use some of the tents and stuff, but I'm like, yo, the textures is trash. We could find better stuff on the workshop. Right now I'm making kind of like the main floor area, and I'm kind of lining this stage up with some speakers that I found on the workshop. The ones that come with the game they conform to the terrain, so you can't raise them or lower them. So I had to actually download these speakers from the workshop. The lights, for some reason, they do raise and lower. Now, who made the decision at Paradox to have the speakers stuck to the ground, but the lights, they can go wherever they want? Like, that's a weird decision for me. I'm also going to use one of the Sven Berlin animated assets. It's the singer. I think on the asset workshop it's called like busker. I've never heard that word before. I don't know what a busker is. Y'all out here busking? Word? We don't do that here. And I'm going to use some of these Rio de Janeiro type carnival dancers, you know what I'm saying? And it's empty right now, right? So in my mind, this is just like rehearsal. And that's why, that explains why we ain't got no crowd of people here. This is like dress rehearsal, sound check. They making sure everything is working right. I'm going to put some guitars back here, and I'm going to use a couple of these. These are just vanilla assets. They're like modern wall-to-wall joints. Why these are in high-density commercial, I'll never know. But we're going to use them as PO and just sprinkle them around as like little kiosks. Maybe you can buy merch, a funnel cake, a weird hat, a fan that'll break before you get home. I don't know. It depends, I guess, you know, what time of year it is. And I guess it depends on what act is on stage, because I guess you could rent these booths out. Maybe they're not owned all the time. This is just who's got their logo on it right now. These umbrellas was burning my soul as I was putting them down. So I definitely actually went back to the workshop and found some different umbrellas. And I'm going to put this Acker box back here. Just anything to make it feel like this is the back of the concert. And I did download some fresh planners that have space for trees in the middle. Not going to put a lot of them, but I felt like that was a missed opportunity if I did. I reloaded the game so I could have access to my Red Bull umbrellas that I downloaded. That definitely felt more like concert stuff, because the rest of them were just beer. And back here we got a VIP tent, man. We're going to put a few benches on the perimeter, and that pretty much does it for our little concert area. I definitely didn't want to do a build like this during like Pride Month or something. That looks super fake. I ain't no corporation. Y'all know how they be doing.
They're not really fans of the gays. They're doing it for monetary gain, man.
I'm your real ally, and if it get gangster, I'll be your accomplice. Y'all continue to like, comment, and subscribe. I ain't got to keep telling y'all the best subscribers, man. Y'all already know that. Kodak. We're going to go ahead and get to these cinematics, man. And you know how I do, though. Quick team.